She's the first person from the African continent to sit on the Global Tourism Board. She's the Vice President of the Asata Board, co-founder and CEO of Travel with Flair. A mother, a sister, a businesswoman extraordinaire. Johanna Mukoki is our Satrix Be Like today. What's interesting about your story and a lot of our Satrix Be Likes is how the spirit of entrepreneurship is engendered fairly early on, because from a young age, from as young as 11, you were being taught very important lessons.
Correct. So my mother was a school teacher. She had 3 other businesses on the side, and obviously that's selling soft goods, curtains, food. I mean, I used to go with them to sell ice cream in the streets, and obviously, when you're a child growing up, you don't see that as a benefit and a character shaping exercise. But looking back, and I think that part of the perseverance, part of the resilience that I have as a business person, and more importantly, I think part of the humility I have is what I went through in the earlier stages of my life when I was forced to be able to go out and sell with my parents. And I think I did understand the importance of money, I think, at an early stage. And understanding how difficult it comes, I was able to know how to look after it well. If you look at any of us who are very well educated and whatever, if you look back, you'll realize that there was a very strong mother that kept you at school, that pushed you to be able to ensure that you can be better than what they were and the lifestyle that they used to have.
How did you know that with all the skill I have and all the experience I have, this is the business for me?
I think the business of travel actually found me. I was, fresh out of varsity, doing my articles at KPMG, and I did actually originally started a communications and events business, and as an accountant, and I knew that I never wanted to be employed a day in my life. So I always knew that I wanted to be my own boss. And my actual 2 partners that are still my partners today, 19 years on, found me and wanted to start a travel business. But for me, I always wanted to be able to see the world. I read a lot and I knew that there was a bigger world. And when I found partners that had the same thinking, the same values and business philosophy, and I thought, wow, I didn't know that I can be able to have a business out of something that I'm passionate about.
And your company is kind of a big deal. How many people you employ now? 800, I believe.
Yes, we've just pierced the 800 mark at Travel with Flair. We have offices throughout South Africa, 9 other partners up in Africa, and I think that it is humbling, having started with only 3 people in 1997, and to be able to sit here in 2015 and be known as the single largest independently owned travel agency and having changed the face of the travel industry, I think for me is completely humbling and really satisfying.
It wasn't always easy. Tell us about what it takes to start this journey.
I think what it takes to start a journey, especially obviously a young girl from the dusty streets of Soweto to be able to be where I am today, is hard work, I must tell you. And education, I think, plays a pivotal role in that. You have to be able to study and be the best version of yourself in the ability, that God-given ability that you have. And then you have to be able to put that into good use and put in some hard work as part of the formula to be able to create something of significance.
What is your philosophy about money?
I think money is a tool that is used, or that should be used, to be able to better your life and the lives of others. So I'm not, as an accountant, I think I've always said, I'm not driven about money. I think for me, I'm driven about doing something that I'm extremely passionate about and that gives me a great sense of purpose. And I think once you do something very well, money is the byproduct. I have a lot of charity work that I do as well. And there's a home for 60 abused and abandoned girls that I assist them with between the ages of 3 and 18. I mean, some of the girls, we put them through tertiary. I've employed them in my business as well. And there were some of my brightest stars. So for me, I just believe that one is a fountain, and it needs to be able to flow. As and when you get blessed, so you should be able to pass it on to others.
Well, you've just blessed us with this conversation. Johanna, thank you very much for talking to us. Johanna Mukoki, our Satrix Be Like this Thursday, who is also the CEO and co-founder of Travel with Flair.